at it again at the Adro booth with Preston right here. Preston, tell me about this A90 kit that you guys created. This is brand new, right?
Welcome back, man. Yeah, this is brand new, our release here for Tokyo Auto Salon. We've got the A90 Supra wide body kit brought to you by us here at Adro. Ooh. It's got a whole slew of carbon fiber parts. We've got our facelift front bumper, side skirts, fenders, rear quarters, this massive diffuser, and of course the newest release, our ATP1 reverse swan neck wing.
Oh, let's start off with that. Who created that, and why reverse swan neck? Is that just styling, or is it create more downforce?
Yeah, so there's some benefits to the reverse swan neck. Of course, we're cleaning up we're getting cleaner air coming off the roof and off the rear deck lid.
Right.
That's separating and then hitting that leading edge of the front wing. So we can have cleaner air coming off and basically keeping the air connected to the bottom side and the top side and that high-low connection here at the end of the deck.
So on a airfoil, or at least on a car wing, the most important part is the bottom, not the top.
Yeah, it's a common misconception, right?
I
all
made that
heard
mistake
it
too. You know, back in the day when I was a youngin', I used to think the air goes up, hits the top, and pushes the car down.
Sure, and it does work like that in some sorts. I'm not an aerodynamicist. Scott, of course, our aerodynamicist here, can tell you all about it.
But the flow in the bottom is more important.
Exactly.
Okay. Is that adjustable at all?
So it's not adjustable for this wing. That would be what you saw in our earlier episode with the 6 degrees of adjustability on the GT3.
Oh, and that's on the GT3, okay.
Correct, yeah. So this is optimized for the body kit to give you the best efficiency and downforce and least amount of drag.
Okay, look at the detail on this though. This thing is like so tight to the body. I'm not sure you guys can see that, but most wing manufacturers will just have a flat piece that goes straight to the body and then bolted up. You guys did something crazy on this one, right?
Yeah, of course. The team here really dialed it in. We've got it contouring the factory deck lid there. What's really neat about this is this upright actually evolved from our first rendition, the ATR2 swan neck wing. And developing the ATP1, we didn't want to have our users have to patch, repaint, re-drill. So it actually uses the same holes that the ATR2 wing uses. So you can essentially just unbolt it and bolt it back on the car. Underneath as well, we took it a step further with reinforcement. So you can't see it because the trunk's closed, but we have carbon reinforcement pockets. So basically the wing is not going to rip off going down the highway or ripping around the track.
Yeah, dude, this thing is stupid stiff. We opened this earlier and there's a reinforcement on there, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's super lean, and it's got all the right curves and all the right looks, but it's reinforced to ensure that you're going to enjoy your day on the track or your daily commute to Cars and Coffee.
What's up with who came up with all these little labeling?
Yeah, so this
does that mean anything?
Yeah, it does. It means basically it's a calculation. Again, I'm not an aerodynamicist, but for the drag coefficient and angle of attack.
Okay. And then the vents right here on the back of the quarter, are these things functional? Do they blow through, or is it like optional that you can cut it out so you can vent out?
Yeah, it's optional. We got the car here for Tokyo Auto Salon, so if you actually do look in the vents, it is sealed. I'm sure it's something that if you'd like to open it up to get that.
That's pretty easy to open up.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
We had a crunch to get it here. I mean, we just released the front bumper. And then here we are already in January with a full wide body kit, really shocking the world. Yeah,
they ship all these cars from Korea, right?
Yeah, it came from South Korea, where our headquarters is based out of. So it took a short journey across the ocean, and they're here enjoying the sights of Japan.
Dude, how much wider is this on the factory?
So in the rear end, it's 90 millimeters wider. 90 millimeters wider, and in the front, it's 75 millimeters.
So it's like
wider.
2 inches wider?
Exactly, for us Americans, right?
Yeah. All right. My favorite part about this kit really is the gas cap. I mean, most manufacturers of body kits, including some of my good friends, they have a little pocket here, and it's like it's empty. They actually have something that's functional. How do you open this thing?
Yeah, so it swings open this way, and you'll have to open the door, obviously, so you don't have that crater of a hole there.
Yeah.
But again, you'll be able to fuel your car, and when you do close the fuel door, it's completely sealed. giving you that nice seamless design. You know, we really pride ourselves on fit and finish.
Yeah.
Making sure everything looks OEM plus, including our wide body. Right?
Yeah.
We don't want to fall short there. We try to carry on that motto to everything else.
I think that's my biggest pet peeve with wide body kits, when they have a missing, just big ass hole. I said that a little too fast. Big ass hole.
Right. Well, and also
there.
like some of the sedans that go wide body that we've seen on the market, I mean, they have pockets for the door handles as well.
Yeah.
So kind of a wide body thing, but we just don't settle. We try to burn that midnight oil and really dial in everything that we're doing.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about this diffuser setup here. Does this go all the way back, or is this just right by the exhaust?
Yeah, so this is right by the exhaust. You know, end-to-end, single-piece carbon diffuser. Yeah, it's absolutely a massive diffuser. If you've seen even stock body cars, you'll see a lot of manufacturers do, you know, kind of winglets on the sides, so making it 3-piece or even sometimes 4-piece.
Yeah.
But that's just not how we roll with any of our products. We want to, you know, ensure that it looks seamless. We don't care if it's too large and costs more for shipping or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to really dial it in, make sure it's all one single piece.
Okay. Is that an OEM light right there? What is that?
Yeah, so that's the factory GR Supra reverse light.
So that just pops in there?
It pops right in, as you can see. I mean, it just looks like it belongs there, right?
Okay. How do you install this? Is it glued on, or are they like tabs, or?
No, so this isn't glued on. Actually, around the diffuser here, it does have factory clips.
Oh.
So we reverse engineer it, put the clips into the mold when we do lay this out in manufacturing. On the end, it is secured with some fasteners. We do have spacers there to reinforce it.
Yeah.
And then underneath the diffuser, we have the hardware utilizing those factory locations as well.
Okay. Cool. Let's walk around this way to the front. Oh, actually, side skirts.
Yeah, so side skirts here. Like you see right behind you, we have the first rendition of our G82 wide body kit. We went with that GT3-esque side skirt. And we have the fender here that helps really evacuate some of that high pressure air that builds up in the fender wells. And again, you know, just, you know, super tasteful, super aggressive.
Yeah.
You know, it's really keeping that middle ground. Our designer, Davis Lee, does an excellent job. Every now and then in the office, I get to peek over at his screen, see what he's got going on, and he definitely has an eye for it. So he's done an excellent job. We didn't stop there. We carried it, you know, into the quarter panels. The first thing that I notice is if you actually look from the side skirt from the front of the car, it actually pinches down right in front of the hips, so it tapers in, giving it that cute waistline.
Yeah.
And then really just accentuating those the rear quarters, and then dialing that in here with the door garnish, right? And getting rid of that fake vent that everybody talked about when the Supra released.
Dude, this must be hell for rock chips.
Yeah, I mean, this entire car is
PPF, right?
PPF'd.
Dude, every single nook and cranny of this thing.
Every single panel in this thing is PPF. So
you suggest that?
Absolutely. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. You see an exposed tire. You know, if you know anything about tires and road grime or anything, it's just gonna spit up there. But it's the price we pay when we want something to look good, right?
Yeah, of course, dude. And then the fasteners, dude. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but that's all Adro right there. And then Preston actually clocked these, so they all face the same.
Took a little note a little page out of your book, OCD, right?
OCD on the hardware.
But we've got titanium hardware in black with our laser inscribed brand logo.
That comes with a kit, or is that optional?
Yeah, this is part of the kit. So, you know, it's something that you could expect to see. We obviously did during manufacturing, test and fit. We had, you know, standard stainless steel hardware.
Yeah.
But again, we try to, you know, turn over every leaf and, you know, see where something looks unfinished and dial it in, and it didn't stop at the hardware.
Awesome, dude. And then does this come with a hood as well?
Yeah, so the kit does include the hood.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a nod back to the Mark IV Supra, getting rid of the wheel arch bulges, making it, again, more sleek. And then putting our own twist on it, right? We have functional vents. The entire hood is dry carbon and then reinforced underneath with Kevlar. So I can go ahead and pop that open for you if you want to take a look at it.
And then also earlier we're talking about the wheels. The wheels on this thing's created by MV Forge. Super aggressive looking turbo fan-esque wheel. I'm sure it's a little heavy, but damn, it looks so good. And again, this hood right here has got Kevlar, right?
Yeah, so first things first, this hood was designed for the stock body Supra. So we ended up creating these carbon fiber side extensions to accommodate for the wide body.
Gotcha.
I mean, how wide we went, 75 millimeters up front.
Yeah.
But underneath, it really is an art piece. Just a beautiful center line here in the dry carbon.
What is dry carbon again? Because
Yeah.
I mean, is this wet carbon right here?
Yeah, so this is wet carbon down here. So it's a little different process during the manufacturing. So,
But can there be dry carbon that's also glossy?
Yeah, exactly. So that's the common misconception. So if you see like what's underneath the hood, it's got the matte finish. This is usually called, wrongfully, dry carbon. And then something that has a gloss coat on it, they call that wet carbon.
Yeah.
That's not what it is. So when you're talking about wet carbon and dry carbon, it's in the manufacturing process. Dry carbon has a pre-impregnated resin, and when it's put into the autoclave, it's then laid out evenly, making sure that it's most strong, and then of course keeping it lightweight. When you're looking at wet carbon, all carbon starts out as the cloth, so much like our t-shirt. You lay it into that mold, and then you're brushing in the resin before we go into the process of hardening the resin.
So that's why it's heavier.
So yeah, it's just a little bit heavier. You'll see like the dry carbon, the weave is dead straight.
Yeah.
You'll see a little bit of variance in some wet carbon. We figured out a way to try to make it as straight as possible to where you wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah. Well, on my AZ1, I couldn't afford dry carbon, so I got wet carbon and I sprayed it matte.
There you go, life
Now it's
hack.
dry carbon.
I mean, most people are going to think you got dry, so good on you.
Awesome. And then let's talk about the front end here. Is this an OEM bumper or is this your guys' bumper?
Yeah, so this is our bumper. We cut our teeth in creating bumpers, starting with the G8X chassis, so the M3 and M4. And that was a super controversial front end. And then we learned a lot off of that with research and development and feedback from our clients around the world. And we were thinking, what is the next bumper that we can do? And Davis threw out that he wanted to do a new bumper for the Supra. It definitely wasn't a problematic bumper from what I saw. Of course, I don't have that design eye that he does.
Yeah.
But the few differences that you'd see on the front bumper is on the driver and passenger side, flares out, really giving it that macho stance. You'll see here in the center, again, just making it more aggressive. And then there's some benefits to it as well, really opening up the cooling ducts. If you notice on the stock Supra bumper, it's very narrow. So right here is one of the main cooling passages. We're all about function and opening that up. Wow, so you'll notice all of the grills on this, have that OEM look, PDC sensors right where they're supposed to be. And then, if you're a track guy, you can pull off the door there, and you have full access to your tow hook receiver. Everything should work and does work as it would come from the factory.
So what is this? ABS?
No, so this is all plastic mold injection, right? Using that basically OEM process. If you see this bumper sitting on the shelf at our offices or our warehouse, you think it's just another factory bumper that came from Toyota. Yeah,
dude, this thing fits so damn good. Look at that. Look at the gaps, like OE gaps, probably even better than OE gaps.
Yeah, exactly. We try to, again, make sure that we're leveling it up and making a good name for what you can expect from us here at Adro and being aftermarket. Leveling up that game and extending that ladder.
Yeah, dude, this is insane because Adro, they got this giant booth at Auto Salon. These guys are local in Orange County and they're here in Tokyo, Japan. Insane, dude, insane.
We had to come all the way out here to hang out.
Yes, that's true. We don't hang out at home, but we hang out here. This
exactly.
Is so random.
Exactly.
How much is this kit? Is this out yet?
Yeah, so the kit's not released. We're still finishing up some production on it. We're excited to bring it to the Tokyo market and bring it center stage.
Yeah.
This kit, we don't have final pricing set yet, but you can expect to aim for sub 20,000. Wow. So that will include the front bumper, the lower lip, the front canards, the bumper extension, both fender extensions, the hood, rear quarters, side skirts, fenders, the rear diffuser, and then of course that beautiful ATP1 swan neck wing.
Oh, dude, crazy. Delivery times right now, what's it looking like?
Delivery times are rather ambitious. We're hoping that we can start or get these to the customer around springtime.
Springtime.
So yeah, it's something you guys can look forward to.
And one cool thing about this kit is it not only looks good, they actually tested this for performance. It creates more downforce.
Exactly. Again, talking about the wing and how we have our chief aerodynamicist on board. He used to work with Williams F1, so he has plenty of experience and expertise in that realm. And we don't just stop with the wings. The entire car gets CFD tested, essentially a virtual wind tunnel. All of our parts actually get CFD tested. So that's one thing that really sets us aside from somebody, other aftermarket companies that are creating carbon fiber front lips that look pretty. We take it one step ahead and make it look pretty, but also make it functional.
So if you guys missed this episode right here, just scroll back, check it out. This is a pretty awesome kit for the GT3. Very OE plus, but still a little bit more aggressive than factory and creates more downforce.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thanks, Preston.
All right, thanks, dude.